Right, joining me on the WION Newsroom, Adya Juneja will bring us updates from business and the economy. Athira Shashidharan will bring us all the updates from sports. Let's start with Adya. Give us the market updates.
Well, thank you, Shivan. Optimism over a possible Iran deal and hopes of reopening the Strait of Hormuz pushed global stocks higher, while oil prices and the dollar eased. Well, global markets rallied on Monday as investors bet on a possible breakthrough in the Iran conflict. Tokyo stocks hit a record high, while European and US futures also surged. Well, at the same time, oil prices fell sharply, with Brent dropping below $98 a barrel as hopes grew that the Strait of Hormuz could reopen soon. The US dollar also weakened as risk appetite returned to global markets. However, analysts warn that energy prices could remain elevated even if a deal is reached, as supply chains continue to face disruption from the months-long conflict. Moving on, the Indian rupee strengthened to a two-week high against the dollar after global oil prices slumped to more than 5%. The currency rose to 95.27 against the dollar, extending its recovery after hitting a record low last week. Now, the rally came as markets turned optimistic over a possible US-Iran peace deal that could help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Lower oil prices offer relief to India, which imports most of its crude requirements. Now, the Reserve Bank of India has also signaled it is ready to step in to ensure stability in the foreign exchange market if needed. And finally, India has raised petrol and diesel prices for the fourth time this month as higher global crude prices continue to strain fuel retailers. India's state-owned fuel retailers have raised petrol and diesel prices again, the fourth hike in the month of May. Petrol prices were increased by 2.61 rupees per litre, while diesel went up by 2.71 rupees. The latest hike comes as higher global crude prices and supply disruption from the Iran conflict continues to push up costs. Since mid-May, petrol prices have risen nearly 8%, while diesel prices are up more than 8.5%. The government has also introduced austerity measures to help control fuel demand and contain the country's oil import bill. And that is it from business. Now, for all the sports updates, it's over to you, Athira.
So much, Adya. Here are the top sports stories we're tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with football first, where Arsenal finally got their hands on the Premier League trophy after 22 years. The Gunners lifted the trophy after a 2-1 win over Crystal Palace in their final game of the season. Mikel Arteta's side secured their first Premier League title since 2004 on Tuesday after second-placed Manchester City drew with Bournemouth. After the final whistle, red confetti and fireworks filled the air as Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard lifted the trophy. Arteta was also thrown into the air by his players during the celebration. The Gunners will now focus on winning the Champions League for the first time when they face PSG in the final on May 30th. Over in tennis now, Novak Djokovic began his latest bid for his record 24th Grand Slam title with a hard-fought win. The 39-year-old defeated home hope Gianni Pericard in the first round. The three-time champion lost the first set to the Frenchman, but he fought back to win the match 5-7, 7-5, 6-1, 6-4. The Serbian celebrated the victory with a small dance before saluting the fans in the stands. The 24-time Grand Slam champion will next face another Frenchman, Valentin Royer, in what will be their first meeting. Lastly, in Formula One, Kimi Antonelli took his fourth straight Formula One win at the Canadian Grand Prix after his teammate George Russell was forced to retire. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen also finished on the podium. Pole sitter Russell and Antonelli produced a thrilling 30-lap battle, trading the lead multiple times. For the second day in a row, Antonelli complained about Russell's driving, accusing him of pushing him off the track. Both the drivers had been given warning by the team, saying that it need to tidy shortly before Russell's race ended. Russell's retirement gave the 19-year-old Antonelli a clear path to victory ahead of Ferrari's Hamilton. Verstappen finished third to complete the podium. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Shivan.
Athira, thanks so much for those updates. Also, a thank you to Adya for the business updates. I'm Shivan Janna. That's a wrap on the WION Newsroom. That's a wrap on this bulletin. Slipping into a short break. Stay with us. More coming up on the other side.